Oh, yeah.
When Estella and I walk down the street, a lot of people think she couldn't be my child because, one, I look so young, and two, the color of our skin is different.
Walking down the street is kind of like being in an art museum, except I'm the piece of art. It's like I'm this abstract piece of art, and instead of people looking at me and saying, how beautiful, well, sometimes they do, because let's face it, I'm pretty cute. There's this look of confusion on people's faces.
We get weird glances. I've been asked by complete strangers, is she adopted? Is she mixed? When they don't see a man, is her father black? Is he involved? Are you married?
I can tell they are thinking, who is she with? Where does she belong? Or if people finally process that I'm with my white mother, she must be adopted.
I get angry and annoyed at the generalizations, and I really just want to say it is none of your business. But I smile and politely say, I am a single mother. This is my beautiful daughter, Estella. Her father is not involved, period. I know Estella notices this more than I do.
I've become used to the feeling of always being looked at. It's more like a sixth sense. I no longer have to look up and make the awkward eye contact. It's always uncomfortable, but at some point you just get numb to it.
When she was younger, I had a boyfriend who had to point it out to me. We had gone to Applebee's for dinner, and by the end of dinner, he just kept getting angrier and angrier. He was so angry, and I didn't know what was wrong. Well, he said, didn't you see those people looking at us? They look at me, then they look at you, and then they look at Estella, and you could see the question in their eyes. I was more worried about our server who didn't know how to make a Shirley Temple for my daughter. That's another story. Than noticing what was going on. I hadn't noticed.
Sometimes, though, I get these nice, comforting looks. It usually comes from a person who understands it. I don't think my mom notices this one. It isn't meant for her. It's completely meant for me. They give a simple nod, and I give one back. Words of encouragement minus the words.
Now, when Estella and I drive down the street, we both have to remember that she is a person of color behind the wheel of a car. We have the same conversation over and over again. If you are pulled over, you must put both hands on the wheel at all times. Be completely cooperative. Lose the attitude. Cooperate 100% so that there is no chance, not even a small chance of something being misinterpreted. I hate that this is the world we live in. I hate that I have to have this conversation with my daughter. But I will do whatever it takes to keep her safe. I was a very different person when I found out I was pregnant. Very different. I believe and will always believe that having Estella saved my life. Sometimes I feel we grew up together. We've been called the Gilmore Girls. I've heard her say to her friends, she's not like other moms. She's called me her best friend, and I love it. Estella truly inspires me. Don't get me wrong. She is the most stubborn person I know. She is 17 after all. I'm in awe of her when she's on the stage, when she plays basketball. But when it really matters, Estella can stand up in front of our friends and family and speak so eloquently about what our aunt's life meant to her. She can exude a confidence to be so kind and offer excellent customer service to someone she's never met before. She can turn being bullied into an outcry for love and support. I've got to witness all of these acts unprompted by me. My daughter is not the same race as me, or the same race as anyone in my family. I used to think that not seeing color was the way it should be. I had to learn to accept the world the way it is so I can celebrate my daughter for who she is. And to realize that there is something missing that I cannot directly give her, because I will never know what it's like to be her in this world.
Race aside, walking or going anywhere with Monica takes way longer than it should. In case you haven't noticed, she has really short legs, and mine are longer. So walking or going anywhere with her takes way longer than it should. Monica is kind of CU famous. Hashtag CU famous. And being her daughter is really annoying because anywhere we go, she sees someone she knows, then has to talk for at least 20 minutes. And I just want to be in my bed 24/7 and avoid people as much as I can. I usually feel sorry for her. I feel sorry because she ended up with me. She'll say that I saved her life, and it's really hard for me to hear. I struggle with showing emotions. It's easier for me to think the worst about myself. But I know in my heart that this woman would do anything for me. She is an amazing mom and is everything I could have ever dreamed of. I love watching her sing. It's my favorite thing. I don't tell her that enough. It's hard for me sometimes. I know I suffer from anxiety and depression. I'm not very comfortable in my own skin. I feel like I'm this weird middle race because I'm mixed. I don't really fit in with people who are white, and I don't really fit in with people who are black. If I have to pick one race, I'll always pick black. People will say I'm white, and every time I stop them and say, no, I'm black. But because I was brought up in a white family, that's all they see. They don't see the complexion of my skin or the big curly hair. Even though I have an all-white family, that wasn't my choice. My father left, not because of me or my mom, but because of him, and that took a really long time for me to understand.
I am a single mother. I'd like to be able to say I've done it all myself, except I can't. I had the help of my family. I don't know where you are. You're out there somewhere. My mother and my father, my sister and my brother. I didn't want the help. I was really headstrong about wanting to be able to say it was all me. A lot of it was. At the end of the day, it is. But I will never be able to repay or show how grateful I am and will always be for their help. I also think I'm fortunate that her father was never involved. I would have never been able to forgive him if he ever let her down. There's never been an expectation, so I don't feel the need to hate him. Also, co-parenting would have not worked out well for me. I don't like to share, ever.
I spent a lot of my teenage years worried that I ruined her life. I always thought she dropped out of college because she got pregnant with me. My aunt told me that wasn't the case, and even then it didn't help. I have this very vivid memory of my mom trying to do homework, and I wouldn't leave her alone. I look back and feel bad. I feel like without me, she could have done so much more.
When I hear her say that, it cuts deep. Because even if she did bother me, I still finished my degree. The first one. There's more. I did it while working and being a single mother. And sometimes I even dated. Yeah, there's that. And life goes on. I have a great job that I love. I have a messy house that I adore. I have a wonderful family. And I wouldn't be who I am today without you.
At the end of the day, I have an amazing mother, and I couldn't imagine my life any other way. I've seen her struggle and overcome, but because of her, I know that I have the ability to do that too, to become more. I am who I am today because of you.
People come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the world. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But I knew you, I have been changed for good. It may well be that we will never meet again in this lifetime, so let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I
it seems to matter.